So I know the internet has deemed you a golden retriever boyfriend. So to me, it only makes sense that you would partner with ZYRTEC for the
Keep
pet positivity
picking up on
program.
that.
Kind of
Yeah.
comes full circle right there.
Yes, yeah.
I was curious about why this partnership in particular was so important to you, though.
Yeah, I mean, I suffer from allergies myself. I mean, I think there's a couple videos of me online sneezing in slow-mo and whatnot. And then we shoot in Charleston, so it's like the pollen capital of the world, basically. And on top of that, just being a pet owner, it was just a really, really kind of beautiful synergy that happened. And so when this got brought to the table, it just felt like it made sense. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I need allergy relief, and Zyrtec has been my go-to for forever. And then yeah, it just sort of fell into place really, really beautifully.
Yeah, I'm also taking notes just from a personal standpoint because I sneezed right before I hopped on the Zoom call. So
The
very
best part about it is it activates so fast. Like it starts at the first hour and it'll keep you good for the full day, 24 hours.
good to know.
Dive into it.
I remember reading that there was some sort of a donation aspect. Can you elaborate on the Pet Positivity Walk Challenge?
Yeah, so Zyrtec is partnered with an app called Wolf Tracks, and Wolf Tracks essentially what it does is it tracks your walk with your animal, or if you don't have an animal and you just walk on your own.
Mhm.
Um, and for every walk based on distance, it gives a donation to a group called Mutual Rescue. And it just was one of those things for me that I'm already walking my dog multiple times a day. So in the time that I'm going on to all of the regular apps that we do via social media, I was like, what's one more app on my
What's
phone?
another app?
Yeah, yeah, we're so predisposed to it already. So it just was a really cool combination, and I know how much joy having an animal has brought to my life.
Yeah.
Um, so to be able to donate to a charity like Mutual Rescue, which pairs people with animals, it just felt like such a beautiful, beautiful message that they were doing on top of a brand that I already use. So sometimes I think the universe just kind of like presents these beautiful opportunities, and it's been a really, really cool situation here.
Yeah, I love seeing the videos of you with your dog Milo. So
Yeah.
precious. Is it just you and Milo, or do you have another dog?
So my girlfriend Kels, she has a dog named Dibs, and
Uh-huh.
it's the four of us. So it is a house full of hair that we are constantly trying to
Yeah.
navigate. Mm,
Very true. When it comes to you taking Milo on a walk in particular, just you two having your alone time, what's
yeah.
like a perfect walk for the two of you? As far as like location, distance, does Milo want people coming up to him, or are you like, no, let's have our alone time?
You know what? Like he's such a lover of a dog, so he loves attention. So I have no issue with it. And for whatever reason, he loves kids the most.
Oh,
Um, so distance wise, it just kind of depends. Like sometimes I'll throw on an album or I'll just plop like a podcast in my ears, or I just will leave my phone at home and we'll go walk. So I never really have an ideal distance or time. We try to go to the park, so he gets a lot of social interaction as well.
good.
Um, and then, yeah, sometimes I'm like, go say hi to people. And then other times we just sort of go on our journey and get lost and somehow find our way home.
Mhm. How is he with other dogs? Or I guess Dibs in particular. I've seen
Yeah,
videos of
they're
the together.
they're great. I mean, it's so funny because Dibbs is a little older and he's set in his ways, and Milo is kind of the dog who wants to be in your face and in your lap. So they coexist so well, and sometimes they get the little zoomies and they start playing together. But it's
Yes.
fun because they have their own personalities, which is so great. Um, and to kind of have both different versions of that has been such a little joy.
Yeah. So is Dibs the alpha dog since he's
I
older?
don't think either of them are really alphas. Like they sort of are so good about coexisting. And now they have this little bit of a pack mentality. So they go outside and they go sniff the same bush and then they go to another bush. It's the most adorable thing. But they both like their personal space. So literally right before we started these interviews, I was sitting down, kind of going over some things on the computer, and I looked down and Milo's single paw is touching Dib's tail, and I was like, huh,
No.
what are you guys doing? I'm not gonna cry. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, cute.
So precious. Are you the type now, since you have Dibs, you have Milo, are you constantly coming across dog videos on social media?
You know, it's the way of social media is so bizarre because you'll have a conversation. I feel like TikTok will just throw something your way. But yeah, a lot of cute dog videos. I also, for whatever reason, have a bunch of like dogs running through things and like running into screen doors and stuff. I don't know how
No.
awesome that is, but like taking them out. So my algorithm is algorithming.
Yeah, it knows what it's doing for sure.
Yeah, yeah, that's into it.
I know for someone like you, when you have to leave your home for weeks or months on end, it can be a little tricky because there's times where you probably have to leave Milo for that time. What's his reaction when you come back? Does he kind of ignore you for a little bit, or is he just like so full of excitement?
He's the most talkative dog, and he has this toxic trait which I've enabled so much so. But whenever I come home, he'll grab a shoe and he'll put it in his mouth. He won't chew it, but then he like sort of yaps at you, like he'll bark through the shoe. And it's sort of his way of welcoming you home. So I've had a couple long stints. Like I did a movie last year in Bulgaria and I was in Vancouver for another project. And when I got home from that, I he just immediately grabs a shoe and then like wants to be held. And he's 100 pounds, so you can't really hold a 100-pound dog.
Right.
Um, but it's adorable. It feels like once you get over the I'm so sorry that I left you, it's the most warming welcome of all time.
Do you ever get to travel with him abroad?
Not abroad, but through other places. Like we shot in Wilmington, North Carolina, earlier this year, and I brought him with me. Whenever I'm in LA, he's with me as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, when we've done stuff abroad, he gets stuck here, which isn't a bad gig. Honestly, Charleston doesn't suck.
Yeah.
He gets the beach and he gets to go to the park and hang out with his friends. So I don't think he's too mad. I think he's pretty sad.
What a rough life.
I know, right? Everything revolves around dogs, which
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, exactly.
but he could have it a lot worse. That's for
Does he
sure.
at least pay rent? I'm just kidding.
We're working on that. We're working on.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's step four of dog ownership. I'm like, hey, dude, your food costs a lot.
Yeah. I've seen his Instagram account, so I mean, he's going off and doing the influency thing, so
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting. Well, if I'm being so honest, I have to remember the password because I did lock myself out. Yeah, I'm not like social media. I'm hit and miss with, but I gotta get back into his Instagram and update.
just start a new one. It's fine.
Yeah.
We obviously have to talk about season 4 of Outer Banks, which is approaching very soon. I know you guys finished filming, but like you mentioned, a lot of the show is filmed outdoors.
Mhm.
What is that like with allergies? It's got to be tough to be on set
Oh, it's the
having
worst. And
attack.
I will go into a sneezing fit. And so for me, that's again why this partnership has been so great because
Yeah.
you do get, relief within an hour. And so sometimes you get outside and you get to a location, you're like, oh, okay, we're in the woods. This is where pollen is going to be. So it's great. But I do love it because I know just from friends who work in the industry, being on a soundstage sometimes or in a singular location can get a little bit bland. But we have been very fortunate that we shoot on location and have been able to travel the world and also shoot in a city like Charleston, which is
Mhm.
so beautiful. So it's been really great. And we're chugging along. We've had the strike and we've had some other things that have happened this season. So it's been a journey, but I'm really excited. I'm really, really ready for this season to get out into the world.
Yeah. So you guys are finished, right? I should have asked.
No, we're not. We're
Oh,
not.
you are still filming.
Yeah, yeah. So the strike kind of put us back a little bit, but we're the finish line is in the near future.
Okay, good. So it's fresh. I was actually at Pogelandia in Huntington Beach
Yeah.
when
Mm,
you announced the season 4
mm.
renewal. So
Yeah.
since you are in the thick of it, what can your diehard fans look forward to in this season?
I think what I can say is we're getting back to our roots a little bit. I think
Okay.
uh, the love that a lot of the audience had for season one, and getting into it that way, we're sort of revisiting a little bit of that. And that's about as much as I can say before I probably get myself in trouble.
Get in
But
trouble, yeah. Get kicked
I,
off the Zoom.
yeah, yeah, Netflix will be here shortly.
Yeah.
Uh, my baby knocked on. I'm just kidding.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited about the season.
hmm So I remember seeing someone comment on one of your photos. I wrote it down. They said, "What's your favorite scene you filmed as John B from season 4?" And then you responded saying, "That one scene where he, can you finish the sentence? Or is that not an option at all?"
That one scene where he did that.
Got it? Makes sense.
Media training is media training right
Yes,
now.
it's doing great. It's thriving. What about what's a highlight that you've had on set with the cast so we could talk behind the scenes for here?
Yeah, I think with the show and kind of like starting from zero and it going to where it is now, I think winning the awards that we have and really just keeping it grounded has been the joy of it. I mean, it's still to this day the same crew that we started with. So you go to work and it's familiar faces and um, crew members who had children are now in high school or have gone away to college and they come back and you're seeing people with completely different physical features, and you're like, wow, you're like a small adult now. When I first
Right.
were in starting high school, so I think it's just been really beautiful to have the same community for an extended period of time because it's rare. Not very often do you get to do a project that goes on for 5 years. So I think
Very
just
true.
really thankful to see the same faces and to see people consistently for this long.
Have they all met Milo and Dibs and hung out
Oh,
with them?
yeah. Dibs has not come to set yet, but Milo is an honorary set dog. He is a trailer boy and has caused all sorts of fun problems. Yeah.
Yeah, do
He's
you
a
ever
really
have to
young.
reshoot? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Do you ever have to reshoot because of a Milo mishap?
No, he usually kind of hangs out in my trailer and we have such a great crew and our transportation department adores him. So I'll keep him in my trailer and then whenever they want, they just go and grab him and they literally have a bowl of dog treats that they keep at all times for him. So I'll literally get back from set and I'll go into my trailer and I'm like, where's my dog? And then
Yeah.
he'll be at the door with like water all over his face and somebody will be like, hey, he was just running around over there for a little bit. And I'm like, adds up. That adds up.
Again, a
Mm.
great life you must have.
Yeah, yep. It's been quite a great 3 years for him.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Chase. It's great to hear about your dog fatherhood life as well, in addition to everything else you have going on.
Dog Daddy is Dog Daddy, and yeah, it's been pretty damn awesome.
All good to hear. Thank you so much. Look forward to chatting with you again.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a good one.